Hello and welcome to a new episode. The response that I received was overwhelming. And with that, you are going to want to watch repeat it with as many leaders. Now, if you think that you're the only person that knows that you have a control issue, you're having control issues. So everyone already knows this, or overseeing, but I also want you to challenge yourself. Your team is to be vulnerable and to be real. We're going to gradually get into it. Sharing with your team simply something of this nature, your best work. That plain, that simple. Gallup survey talks about the reasons why people leave, of when your leadership has been controlling, and it's this. Your team already knows that you have control issues. Are watching this video, make sure that they're plugged into it. Will be a game changer for many folks in their leadership careers in a way. Until next time, remember and grow your role. That's impact the right way. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Let's Get It Right with me, your host, Vernon Wright. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure that your notifications are turned on so that you are aware anytime that I release new videos. Last week we talked about leverage, part 1. We'll come back to leverage again, just not this week. I made a tweet this week, and that'll be up there on the screen for you to look at. And I thought that it would resonate with some folks, but I must tell you that the response that I received was overwhelming. And with that, I said, you know what? I need to go ahead and I need to address this on the video. So we'll come back to leverage again. This video you are going to want to watch repeatedly, many times, and you're going to want to share it with as many leaders as you know, so that they can go ahead and look at their leadership and go ahead and do that in a way that is authentic and genuine. Now, if you are a leader, make sure before I get into this real quick that you have something to take notes on, a piece of paper, a pen, pencil, a laptop, what have you. You want to make sure that you do that. If you're not in leadership, certainly you can watch this video, but if you're in leadership, you want to make sure that you have something to take notes with. If you're not in leadership, share with as many leaders as you know so that they can go ahead and then get started on this today. Let me just go ahead and be very honest with you guys and tell you this. Some leaders have control issues. I know, really, right? Thanks, Vernon, for telling us that. We knew that already. I know, right? But here's the thing I want you to think about. If you have control issues, it's pushing your high performers away. In some cases, it's pushing them, if you're in education, to other campuses. You're pushing them to other school districts. If you're not in education, you could be potentially pushing your best performers to other competitors. So we know that anything that we're going to do in our daily work in terms of accomplishing our goals and our objectives, it is largely due and is a result of the best talent having the best environment to do what they do. So if you have a control issue and you're a leader, I want you to look inside and just really go ahead and say to yourself, you know, I have a control issue. Let me go ahead and let me acknowledge that. And some of you may have done that privately already. And if so, that's great. Now, if you think that you're the only person that knows that you have a control issue, let me go ahead and let you know. Some of the people that you lead, they're already having those discussions about how they view you're having control issues. So everyone already knows this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. This is, for those of you that follow me, the right action. Not only do I want you to go ahead and challenge yourself to look inside and be introspective and look at your own control issues and how they've hindered those that work underneath you that you are responsible for overseeing, but I also want you to challenge yourself to do this. In your next conversation in a one-on-one or with your team is to be vulnerable and to be real. I know that's a big thing, right, Vernon? I'm not sure I'm ready for this. That's okay. We're going to gradually get into it. But I want you to go ahead and think about this. Sharing with your team simply something of this nature. I want to go ahead and recognize and acknowledge with you all as a team that I have had control issues before in the past. I recognize them. I'm working on them. I want to go ahead and make sure that I provide the best environment for you all as a team to do your best work. That plain, that simple. Now, you don't have to take my word for it about whether control issues in leadership are pushing people to other competitors, or is making them feel like they don't have an outlet for the creative genius within them, you don't have to take my word for it. Up here on the screen as well, you will see an article from Inc. magazine that references Gallup survey. We all know Gallup, right? And Gallup survey talks about the reasons why people leave. And they go to other organizations. In some cases, again, as I said, they go to competitors within the same industry if they don't leave one industry and go to another one. And in education, they go to different campuses. Sometimes they go to different school districts. So it's something that we really need to talk about, okay? So again, what I challenge for you to do as a leader is this: look inside and look at the instances, I should say, of when your leadership has been controlling, and it's caused those that are direct reports for you to feel as though they do not have a productive, creative outlet for the genius within them, okay? And then secondly, I'm going to challenge you to take a big step, right? And it's a big step, is in the next one-on-one meeting with those you lead, or team meeting if you feel comfortable with doing that as well, is acknowledge where you've had control issues before and be real with your team. As Tara Martin, my colleague, says, be real. Okay? So I'm going to challenge you to do that, because the reality is this: your team already knows that you have control issues and they've already identified that. So whether that's real or not, that is your team's perception. So there you have it, folks. Again, make sure as many people that you know that are in leadership are watching this video. Make sure that they're plugged into it. This, I am confident, will be a game changer for many folks in their leadership careers in a very positive, great way. Until next time, remember, feed your brain, feed your soul, and grow your role. That's impact the right way. See you next time.